Hi everybody, I'm dating expert Hayley Quinn.
And I'm Jack from How to Attract.
And we're here to talk to you about 5 reasons why guys disappear. I feel for you, by the way, if you've been Googling why did he disappear and someone that you actually liked and connected with has just spectacularly dropped off the radar, I know it's going to feel really disorientating. You're going to be questioning yourself, probably running back over events, thinking, what did I do wrong? Was I too needy? Was I too this and too that? So what I want to do is give you 5 clear reasons why he might have done this and essentially just give you some support as well and let you know that I think this one's on him. Anyway, but we'll start with the 5 reasons. So the common reason and the common wisdom and the first reason is that you meet a guy, it goes well, you have a good connection, physical attraction, some fun dates. You're at this point because you're entering into meeting him with the mindset that maybe you're looking for more of a serious relationship. You're like, great, this seems to be going well. Now he, on the other hand, might just be having fun, exploring, not really in that frame of mind. So he starts to go along with it. And it's like, as he's going along with it, he then becomes self-aware. At some point he goes, hang on, this isn't actually what my intention is. And that's not what I meant to do. And I kind of thought this was just going to be a casual thing, or we'd see each other for a bit and then it would just end and suddenly he feels out of his depth. And at this point, not knowing how to effectively backtrack or communicate with you, he just disappears. The second point and the second reason why he might disappear, which is kind of related to this, is it comes from, and I'm not giving him any credit, by the way, because just disappearing is just, if any guys are watching this, that is just flaky, unaccountable behavior, no excuses. But he might think, well, I actually feel uncomfortable articulating to her that I don't really see things going in that direction, and I do like her as a person, and maybe it's a bit presumptuous to go out there and say that, and I don't want to hurt her feelings. So rather than not hurting anyone's feelings, I'm going to choose the disappear.
With that one there, it's kind of like you were saying to me earlier, is like the guy's not going to have a kind of moment of clarity and just suddenly become a good guy, you know, or have this big change. So with something like that, it's...
He's showing just generally a lack of accountability as a person. Because I'm sure for the guys out there of watching as well, I bet you've had women that have disappeared and flaked on you as well. And she might be thinking the same thing, that he's not kind of getting the message and I just, I'm just not interested and I don't want to be any more direct because that's hurtful. But generally speaking, I think unless there's a safety risk to anybody involved, I think people prefer clear communication, because then when you know what you stand and you have a reason, it makes things so much easier to process and to move on from. When you're left hanging and you just literally don't know how this person was, and then they're there and then they're not there, that's so disorientating and it makes people really confused about, and they might be thinking, well, what's wrong with me? So I always think, even though it's tough in the moment, it's actually usually better just to say that I want to be upfront with you, and I should have said this earlier. Actually right now I'm not in the space where I'm really able to have the kind of relationship that I think you need and that you want. So I'm not sure if we can, I'm not sure if it's the right thing or it would be a good thing for us to keep seeing each other, but I do really, you're an awesome woman and I wish you all the best. Like, that sucks to receive as a message, but that is so much better than disappearing into nothingness. A fun fact, just so you know that you're not alone here, I was seeing a guy and once he said to me, he was like, I need to spend some time alone to work on myself, but when I'm fully ready, I'll come back for you. And then it was just I never heard from him ever again. It's kind of a thing that happens. Most people have had a few experiences of that happening to them. So there's nothing wrong with you as a person.
It's never happened to me. No, only joking. No, it happens. That's something that I think is really important to know, and especially I think people who are a little bit newer to kind of finding out about how dating works and reading up on it, is that everyone. And I mean everyone, all the other coaches and things like that, they have people disappear on them, all the time. Yeah, it's nothing really. It's just kind of people are kind of self-eliminating themselves, which is fine, as long as it's not happening all the time. But if it's just you do get the few people that you never hear from or whatever, it's no big deal. Really, no big deal.
And, you know, and that point 3 is, I guess it comes back to this person just isn't an accountable person. I like your way that you're saying it's just they take themselves out of the competition. Because really, like, come on, like, if someone can't express to you clearly, especially if you've been seeing each other for a while and they can't be upfront with you about that, like, that's them for whatever reasons today. That is their operating level as a person, and they're probably not just like that towards you. They're probably like that in many other social relationships, maybe in work commitments, where they just kind of have rationalized it and twisted it around in their brain that it is okay to behave that way. Maybe even on the darker side of things, they actually feel that they're allowed to behave that way. This person, at least today, even if they met someone that they met this, maybe you do see they've gone out and they've got another girlfriend, don't think that they're suddenly a different human. That is just who they are. So remember, point 3 is why they disappeared. It's like, this is fundamentally showing you something about them and their character. And that might not actually be someone, like, why would you want that really in your life? Point 4 on why they disappear is that some people like wooing. I think this is something, I don't know if you've experienced, but I hear this a lot from the women that we do work with, is they get guys and they like, I think, the validation, or I've gone out there and said it, they like to feel like, oh, I swept her off her feet and she really liked me and she got really into me. And they like that bit more than turning up.
Some people, unfortunately, they just enjoy that kind of initial phase of being, what's the term, like being chase? A feel-good person, or like just a people pleaser. Is that people enjoy that because then they get a short-term positive response from that, but it's just kind of like, if it's short-term, then and if someone is looking to get that kind of like, they like wooing because they like it's not about you.
And actually at the beginning, I know it's lovely, the thought that someone just by meeting you once or looking at you could fall so madly in love, and then that's actually, watch out for that, because there's no way that after meeting you 1 or 2 times that someone can really be that besotted with you. Like, that's actually not about you, it's about what they want to feel about themselves. And if they haven't, again, come to that point of awareness of thinking, that they're realising that they're doing things for their own self-esteem, and they're building their own self-worth up via the validation they're getting from other people, and they're not really thinking about the long-term impact on other people. Again, you're not really, I can't emphasize this enough, underlining it, you're not losing out on someone there who would be fantastic for a relationship. At the first signs that he's probably given you some of the romance and it's made you feel good, but that does not equal fantastic relationship.
What he wants from that is he wants you to then go and tell your friends, I've met this amazing man, and then that makes him feel good. That's what he's looking for, is that kind of boost. And unfortunately, it's selfish rather than selfless. It's not, he's necessarily wooing you because he really enjoys you as a person. He just enjoys the sort of adoration from it, really.
Exactly. And reason number 5 is, get this one, you don't need a reason, because it's not about the justification sometimes that people give for their actions. Okay, life happens. I think more look at objective fact. Factually, what has happened? Someone could say to you, I'm trying to remember actually about times this has happened to me in the past. Someone could say to you, I wanted to get back in touch, but I just felt a bit embarrassed, or I felt shy, or my love for you was so overwhelming that, I didn't like that. I'll just shut up. Sometimes there's like,
that's someone trying to absolve themselves from responsibility.
Exactly. So sometimes it's not about listening to the justification, or even, I know that you're probably watching this video now because you want a reason, and that's understandable, because when something goes from being very intense to nothing, you're left like in a tailspin, and I get that, and I've been there, Jack's been there, but the thing is, it's not about the why sometimes, it's about like, objectively, someone did this, this and this, and now they haven't got back to you for a reasonable period of time. If you're watching this video and they've been gone for a day or 2, try not to worry. But the thing is it's like, that's how the action, it's deeds, not words. It's the action of how someone is showing up for you. And if that doesn't meet your standards, or how you would expect to be treated by your boyfriend or your partner or someone you're investing your time in or dating, then the facts are the facts. and it's tough, but you need to understand that this isn't a reflection of you. If someone hasn't given you the respect to give you and has just kind of disappeared and has maybe shown lack of accountability, or that just as a human being, maybe in all areas of their life, they are a bit inconsistent or a bit flaky, or they like to romance and woo, but they don't really have any of those grounded qualities to back that up, then that is not a reflection of you. That is on them, and your job is to recognize that doesn't meet your standards, and to see, as Jack said, about, wow, that person's just eliminated themselves from my dating process. So as you can see, we're talking about this because we care. We've you said before we filmed this video, like, we have to mention how this happens to us, and it's just a human experience, and just, I know it feels rubbish, but just don't worry about it. But it's nothing, it's not a reflection on you, and we really want to bring you that message. With our coaching with men and women, we really work with people of all different backgrounds, because we want to bring men and women together in a way that is ethical and effective, and bring about kind of a better way of communicating, connecting with one another. Now, if you have just had someone disappear to you, do not start Googling now how to get him back. No. Yeah. Instead, I would love to work with you in terms of, improving your self-worth, your self-esteem, your boundaries, your expectations of relationships, how to communicate that. So if that is you, and you would like to learn more about what we do, I'd love to see you at one of our women-only events. There's going to be a link beneath this video. And just shout out as well to Jack, who has his own channel.
So that is How to Attract on YouTube and Instagram, so check it out.
Amazing. All right, well, hopefully you've liked this video and it's helped you out. I'd love to have you down at one of my female training events and workshops coming up. And remember, please share your experiences, comment, like, subscribe, tell me what's going on for you. I'm also on Instagram at Hayley Quinn X, by the way. And through your comments and through you sharing and me actually knowing what videos are connecting with people, it's helpful for us, because then we know what you want to hear more about. So please participate with that, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you feel better, and we will be back again very soon.
Thank you guys, see you soon.
Bye.